We're going to talk about MSME tax rate today. Now, MSME stands for micro, small, medium enterprise. Now, actually, in terms of income tax, we are only referring to company incorporated in Malaysia. So that means you got to be a Sdn Bhd and your paid up capital does not exceed 2.5 million ringgit. Now, there are also other conditions like your business revenue must not exceed 50 million in the year of assessment, but we're not going to focus on that here. Today we want to talk about the good news. The good news is in budget 2023, there was an announcement where the government will reduce the tax rate for small company. Now the tax rate was actually 17% for the first 600,000 of the chargeable income, and then the excess will actually be taxed at 24%. And now with effect from Y 2023, the government will only tax at 15% for the first 150,000, and then the next 450,000 will remain at 17%, and the excess will remain at 24%. So we can see that as a result of this announcement, there will be a quite sizable tax saving. Now, assuming your chargeable income was 200,000. So if in 2022 your tax would have been 34,000 ringgit, now in year of assessment 2023 with the same amount of chargeable income, your tax will only be 31,000. So that means you actually save 3,000 ringgit of taxes. Now we are not just talking about the tax saving, but we want to take into account the practical implication of a company, which is the tax estimate. Now we know all companies are required to make monthly installment, and what company has to do is to submit a tax estimate and then pay monthly installment according to that estimate. So some companies probably they have not taken into account the effects of the tax rate reduction. Now do take in mind that there is an opportunity for companies to make a revision of the tax estimate in the 6th month and or the 9th month of the basis period. So if let's say your financial year end is 31st December, that means you have the one last chance to revise your installment in the month of September, so you should take this opportunity and ask yourself, do you want to do a revision? Because if your original estimates was based on the understanding that the tax rate was 17%, and if now let's say because of the reduction of the tax rate, and even if your business level is performing exactly the same as last year, you would already see a reduction of tax liability by 3K. So do you want to do a revision in your tax estimate in this coming 9th month? So you do have to consider that. Now when you submit your tax estimate, obviously there is a mechanism to ensure that taxpayer will not underestimate the tax, so they will impose penalty when you do so. So what basically we share with clients is there is a 30% margin of safety. So how does the 30% margin of safety works? Now assuming if your actual tax is 30,000, so you actually have a 30% margin of safety based on that 30,000. So 30,000 times 30% will actually be 9K. So as long as if you have estimated your tax to be 21,000 and your actual tax is 30K, you're safe. So take that into account. So you might want to ask yourself, do you want to do a revision of your tax estimate so that you can save up the cash flow of the company?